Hello, this is Johnny Liu. I have a good news is that I was able to get the 128 gigabyte USB flash to work with the data ease, and the format is called the exFAT. So before, when I first did a video, it only read the SD card 32 gigabyte. And so you really don't have a lot of space if you want to put a lot of main or Neo Geo on it, because they do take a lot of space. Now the problem now is that what is weird is that the reason I say it didn't recognize the E35 because it didn't recognize this SD card, and I went and buy another SD card reader just to make sure, and it did not read this, but it will read the 32 gigabyte. So what I'm going to show you is right here. This is the 106 issue. I label it 116 because when you try to format it, it will say now I want to show you what it looked like, and it actually say the capacity is 116 gigabyte and using the exFAT. And for some reason the data is mini RK, it won't see it. Okay, now I'm gonna put in the one that it recognized to show you the comparison, and we're going to see if we could solve this problem by using this program called the SD card format. Even though they both are the same format, but it's able to read this where's my SD card? Here you go. It's able to read this 128 gigabyte on this scan disk, see USB 3.0, but it will not read that 128 gigabyte here. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one in. Let's put it on the other side. And this one is called a game, I label a game something. So I put it in the white door. Here you go. Okay, so I put that in. And if you come over here, it's gonna say Game Wizard. Okay, and this Game Wizard in here, I just have a folder ROM. I used to use it for Raspberry Pi, so I still have a folder there, but the only thing I have in there is just Neo Geo. But this is where all the game I put it in here. Okay. Now Atari itself, I have a 2,554 game in here, just on Atari 2600 model game. And this Atari, the format is in A26. Okay. So as you can see, let me go ahead and show you the format. Where's my mouse go? Oop. There goes my mouse. I'm going to go ahead and click on this one and show you the format, so you could not just take my word for it, but you can see yourself that this actually capacity is only 115 gigabyte, and both are exFAT. Okay, let me open the other one as well and do format. Okay, so this is the 116, which is the SD card, and it's exFAT. Okay, and originally I thought because it doesn't read this one, because the format, that's why it doesn't work. It had to be FAT32. Now it turned out that if you format using Windows FAT32, you will see it. But if you format using Windows and format it exFAT, it doesn't see it. It had to be formatted using the special software. So we're gonna go ahead and format this, and let me go ahead and take this one out. I don't want to accidentally format this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop this one out. Now I'm gonna prove it to you that you read it, because I know last couple video I told you recommend to use the the FAT 32. So it does recognize. So that's the good news. So those of you who wanted to add, you know, May is a hidden thing, meaning that some game work and some game doesn't work, and some game is not made to work on this, you know, small system because the power is not powerful enough. I have the thing open up, so the screen is kind of tilted. So it's not because the screen is damaged. It's kind of a little bit tilted. So that's why. So you're looking from the top. See, the screen is kind of, because this thing here is so long that it is pushing this screen away from the, pulling the screen out. So if I put my finger here, it will be not tilted. Okay. So anyway, this thing boot up, and I have a program called ES file management, and it's a good program because you could use your mouse, which I have plugged into here with the dangle that I could plug more than one device, and it recognized that this is in the hard drive. So if you click on it, now if you want to copy, paste, and all that stuff, you could just, like, for example, click too much. You could click on the top here, ROM, or because the file is so big, take a while to load. So if you hold it for a long time with your left mouse push right here, this button right here, hold this button, and then it will change to where you could check it. So you could check here, you could check this, and then you could say, okay, I wanted to copy, okay, or you could cut, or you could delete, okay. So you have a lot of option, and make things easier to manage. So if I say I want to copy, and then I go to outside of the directory, I could just let's just do this three, for example, copy. So you change it to it, now the option is paste. Okay, so I'm going to go back one step, and let's go back to the main USB. So when I paste it, you can actually see it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the icon called paste, and we'll actually copy those 3 files over. Okay, so there you go, those 3 files. And so if you want to clean up some file, like some of those games doesn't work and you want to remove it, you just left click again, hold the mouse, hold it, and then it will change it to where you could actually, you could select all, or you just select those 3 that you don't want, and you click delete, and you say okay, delete. Now one thing I recommend is when you delete file, make sure that click on this home button right here. Make sure when you do the cleaning, the cleaning boom, when you do the cleaning, it will check everything and see what is need to be deleted. And right now you don't really have a whole lot of stuff to delete, but if you want to delete those files from the system, you just click on each one of this right here. Oop. I guess it won't let me check it because there's nothing there to check. There's 0 file to delete. So if you just do clean now, and once you highlight it, it will clean your stuff and actually physical permanent delete, remove your file. So you won't have all that space still, you know. And then once you want to go out, that you click on that little icon right here, that little home icon, if you can see it. Okay, click on home, and they take you back here. So therefore, just to let you, this program will help you install package. So if you want to install a program, you can install here. If you want to unzip a file, this ES file management will help you do all that. Now to get out, also it helps you mount it. Like if you press F5 and you get out, it will tell you the USB is mounted. When you press, not F5, press the back button right here, back. So if you press the back button, you look at the left corner here, it will tell you, see, USB is mounted. Okay, then you could able to access your program. All right, now let's go back to the file manager, and I want to show you something about the USB that is not recognizing it. It's called ES file management. Okay, so now it's recognizing the SD card. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this SD card out. Okay, and I'm going to pull this one out. I was supposed to reject it, but let me go ahead and pull it out. Okay, while I'm pulling this out, this one realized that there's no SD card, and therefore it's only one internal SD card inside the system. Okay, and I have used up 41% already. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in to show you that it see it, but it doesn't see the. I have a lot of file in here. Originally, this is where all the file was supposed to be originally copied to here. So I'll do it one hand. Okay, let me try to. I should have used a different Apple case so I could set it down. Oop, plug it in the same direction. That's why. Plug in the same direction. That's why I can't get in. Okay. So now it's plug in and say that USB is connected. Used by default USB drive. Click OK. Oh my goodness, it's now seeing it. Okay, so I guess for some strange reason, I must have a bad USB, the first one I used, because it actually delete all my 32 gig. So this new one that I bought, the version 3.0, is actually pretty good. So I guess this machine is using the 3.0 version, because this is a 3.0 and it reads it just fine. And this one is also a 3.0. And before I was using a 2.0, and so maybe that's why I was having a problem. See, as you can see, this is also a 3.0 USB. Okay, so just to show you that it does work, so that's the good news that I want to share with everybody, that it does recognize it. But if you have problem with it, I will put on the description how to download this program, where to download it from, the link, and it's the SD card format. And what you do is you double click it, and it will actually recognize your SD card and will format your SD card to whatever format you want it to format. And I do not know where do I have any SD card at this moment installed on this machine. No, I don't have it. And also I bought something that is pretty cool that just came in. This one is not as originally I was gonna plug my SD card to here instead using the dangle, because after I finish I don't need to connect all keyboard, mouse and all that stuff in there. I just need to plug the SD card, and I was going to plug this inside and then plug this to the SD card. But now but this thing here is so wide, and this one is almost a little bit smaller, so I could probably able to put the screw back on. So this one is actually correct facing. Let's see. The flat surface this way. So when I plug it in, I will plug it in like this, which is good because it's going down. So if you come over here, the direction I need to plug in is the flat surface right here, this flat area, not the round one, but the flat, the more flat at top. And I'm going to plug it in this way. And so my SD card could be down here, so it'll be perfect. Then I have more room to able to screw that screw to this hole right here. Because right now, with this thing so long, I can't get even close to enough to put the screw in. Now I probably will still not able to put a screw in here. I probably could put one over here only. See, right now I have a tape to tape this from moving. Okay, and one thing good news about I got all the Neo Geo 100. Let's go back to Neo Geo. Oh, I put the different SD card, but I got 156 Neo Geo. I think it's 156. Let's look at the SD card. Let me unplug this one. And this is the one that I want to play with. And so the video is getting too long, but my next video I will show you all the Neo Geo, not all of it, but enough to let you see that instead of waiting for the Neo Geo Mini, I was able to put Neo Geo ROM and find out I put 166 roughly, or 187, and 27 of them doesn't work, and only 156 I believe that actually work. So my next video I will demonstrate that. And right now it's still not refreshing yet, my USB. Let me click back, and that exits out the program. Let me go back in again. See if we'll see the new SD card. And it is not recognizing it. Alright, let me exit out here. And let me power it off. And hopefully you will see it this time. Yeah, the light is on, so it's plugged in okay. And later after Neo Geo, I will also show you how to configure it. I noticed the first time when I configure the Neo Geo, every time I go into the setup, my joystick setup is gone. And I try to rename the like after I configure it, I rename the joystick to customer 1 to something else, and it still disappeared. So I will talk about that on the Neo Geo, and then after that I will talk about a different May. I think I clicked more than one. Yeah. Okay, so the Neo Geo I was able to get 156 game working, and 27 doesn't work. So that's pretty cool, huh? 26 game. And I have some artwork here, so you could actually see the artwork, which is pretty cool. Okay, all right, I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video. Thanks, bye bye.